I'll have a brief introduction and then we are going to the presentation itself, okay? So welcome to today's presentation on the Hort Calculator, which is an innovative online financial tool designed to revolutionize how leaf green farmers approach biological control investments. We are developing a website as a TurboTax style platform specifically designed for agriculture decision making, where you can input your farm's data and receive customized financial analysis to guide your investment choice in biological pest control strategies. So our team is developing this user-friendly tool to help farmers like you evaluate the economic feasibility of implementing natural enemies and cultural practice in your operations. So through dynamic enterprise budgets, the Hort Calculator will provide comprehensive financial indicators, including profitability metrics, cost structure, sensitivity analysis, return on investments calculation, all tailored to your specific farming context. So these projects bring together an expertise from a diverse team of researchers and include direct input from an experienced farm advisory board to ensure the tool meets real-world needs. So by the end of this initiative, we will not only deliver the online platform, but also provide extensive training through workshops and monthly webinars, online lectures, and a guidebook. So today we'll walk you through our vision for the Hort Calculator and how it will transform the way you approach financial decision making in biological pest control investments. Our topic today is using the Hort Calculator tool and on an urban farm to sell local leaf greens. So this project is led by Dr. Ariana Torres, and I'll be co-leading this project with her and presenting this webinar today. So before starting the presentation, I would like to ask you to answer 3 questions that will support our research objectives and metrics. Let me share these questions with you, please. Can you all see the poll? Awesome, I can see you guys are populating it. So that's great. Let's have 5 more seconds for everyone answer. All right, let me close this poll here and go. And I don't need to share the results. That's great. Well, so let's start this. So, well, as the Hort calculator will help you guys on effectively manage your production, I would like to bring these questions for us to reflect and also to understand that these questions will define the success of your farm. So, have you ever thought or know exactly how much it costs to grow your spinach? Or have you ever calculated how much do you need to sell to actually start turning a profit? So also, is it worth to invest in new technology or more sustainable practice? So these questions might sound simple at the most of the time, but many growers still struggle to answer them accurately. So having this information is crucial for making smart, strategic business decisions. So the Hort calculator helps you to understand your production costs, set fair price, and assess the financial impact of different practices, such as switching to biological control strategies. So to make this more concrete, we walk you through our practical example of a spinach grower who use high tunnels and conventional management techniques. So let's consider this urban farm located in central Indiana with this area of 1.5 acres. So this farm has high tunnels covering 7,040 square feet. So we'll focus on spinach production that during the 2023 winter spring cycle had a planted area of 1,056 square feet. So the planting began on October 14, 2023, and the final harvest was on January 12, 2024, which yielded 440 pounds of spinach. So the farm's annual gross revenue was at that moment $110,000. So for the employees, whether it was full-time, part-time, or machinery operators, they were paid $15 per hour, which is slightly below Indiana state average. And the average selling price for the products across the channels was $10 per pound. So these are some other variable costs that you will need to input this data into the calculator, so the calculator will provide the reports. These are just examples of seeds, manure, and paper plots for spinach production. So in this case, labor hours for spinach production were as follow. So 2 hours for pre-planting activities, 13 hours and a half for pre-harvest tasks, and 2 hours and a half for post-harvest. And also another data that you have to input as an input to generate the reports is related to machinery and equipment. In this case, high tunnels on this farm cost $15,000, icing and cooling $1,200, irrigation system at $3,000, and so on. So you list all your machinery and equipment values, and the calculator helps you to calculating the equipment depreciation, so which should always be factored into your production costs. So also important here are the indirect expenses, which are crucial for farm operation, but not tied specifically to spinach. But it is very important to list the overhead expenses on the annual basis. So then the HORT calculator using this input data produce 4 key reports. So the HORT calculator provides you a cost analysis, a profitability analysis, a sensitivity analysis, and a break-even analysis. So the cost analysis breaks the spending into the variable costs, labor, fixed costs, and indirect costs. So these help farmers see where their money goes and where they might save some money. And it also reveals the total cost and cost per square foot of spinach production, which is a great information also for the cost analysis. So this at this level of details support farmers' financial planning and can reveal economies of scale. For example, whether increasing the planting area would reduce cost per unit. And also chai parts and pie graphs makes this information easy for the farmer to understanding how the costs are distributed into their operation. So this insight helps you to set realistic price based on actual costs, identify cost-saving opportunities, assess financial viability of crops, optimize labor resource planning, and simulate what-if scenarios. For example, what if price drops? What if wage increase? So you can, with this information, you are more able to take decisions smarter. So with accurate data, the HORT calculator provides you with the profitability analysis report that shows how much it costs to produce each pound of spinach. In our example, the farmer makes $4,400 of gross revenue, has a total cost of approximately $1,100, and an estimated net profit of around $3,200. With this, farmers can estimate profit margins, justify prices to buyers, or evaluate whether expanding production will truly increase profits. The HORT calculator provides a sensitivity analysis. And what that means, these reports shows how change in productivity or market price impact the net profits. So this prepare the farmers for real world variability. So let's say that in the pessimistic scenario where you have a price dropping to $7 per pound and yield going down to 30%, the farmer would know that the net profit would be approximately $1,000. in this case $979. On the other hand, in the optimistic scenario, if price rise, for example, to $13 per pound and also yield increase up to 30%, the net profit would be around $6,200. So we can see that these projections provided by the Hort calculator can help farmers weigh risks and opportunities more effectively. Also, the Hort calculator provides two important reports. The first one is the break-even analysis, which identify the minimal yield required to avoid losses and minimal price needed to cover the costs. So, for example, to cover around $1,100 in costs, the farmer needs to produce at least 118 pounds of spinach. In the optimistic scenario, where you have higher price of your produce, such as going to $13 per pound on sale, and plus a lower cost of your production, you will need only to make 63 pounds of spinach to cover your cost. On the other hand, if price lower to $7 per pound plus a higher cost to produce your spinach, you will need $218 to cover the cost. So this clarifies exactly what you need to produce to stay profitable. Also, and similarly, the break-even price analysis reveal the minimal selling price needed to cover the cost of your farm. So in this case, to cover around $1,100 of cost, the price must be $2.67 per pound. In the pessimistic scenario, where you have higher costs and a lower yield, the break-even price needs to rise for almost $5 per pound. In the opposite, in the optimistic scenario, where you have lower cost for your production, and also once you increase your yield production, the break-even price drops down to 1.44 cents per pound. So these supports and these numbers help smarter pricing decisions and financial resilience. So lastly, beyond analyzing your current production, the Hort calculator also lets you compare production system. For example, you can compare conventional spinach production versus spinach grown with biological control agents or BCAs. So also, once you have this comparison, you will still having the cost analysis, the profitability and sensitivity analysis for each one of your production specificities. So also, complementing this report, the Hort calculator provides you with two other important reports, which are the marginal benefit cost ratio and the return on investments. What that means is the marginal benefit cost ratio shows how much return you will get for every dollar spent on biological control. So in this case, MBCR of 2.08 means that for every dollar invested in biological control, the farm earns $2.08 in revenue. On another way to compare your investments is through the return on investment, as it shows that how much profit is generated for every dollar invested in the farm. So in this case, investing biological control in spinach cultivation under high tunnel production, the ROI was 249%, meaning that for every dollar invested, you will earn $2.49, but now in net profit. So this result shows that using biological control is not only financially viable, but it's also highly profitable for the farmer in this specific case. So knowing these metrics help farmers like you to decide where to invest and plan farm growth and adopt more sustainable practice with financial confidence. Well, this is our last slide, and with this data in hand, you can better price your production, also communicate the value of your product more confidently to your customers who value sustainability, and plan investment and expansion safely, reducing risk and also guesswork. So I hope through this webinar series and also from today's webinar that we could have the path that passing the message that the Hort calculator is not only just a numbers tool, it is a farmer's align that helps you turn your knowledge into strategic decision that ensure the financial health and sustainable growth of your farm. Thank you very much for your participation, for watching the videos, for contributing with us with data, and also participating in the webinar. We appreciate that. So I would like to open the floor for talking, and if you have any questions, I'm open to answer. So is the team who is here with me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Juliano.
Thank you. Let me stop sharing this. But before we start conversation or answering some of the questions, I would like to propose to answer another poll. It's a very fast poll. Let me launch this. Can you guys see the poll, please?
What's the best way to access the Hort calculator?
That's great, Joey. I just share in the chat our site, our website. Okay, so this is the Hort business site of the Horticulture and Landscape Architecture Department here at Purdue, and we are finalizing the design of the calculator. We are on the last stage of designing it, and it will be launched, I believe, I'll say in a month. We've been collecting data from farmers in Indiana, Ohio, and Illinois to build up the calculator on specific farmers' need, and we are collecting feedback from these farmers, so it will be able to assess for free in by I would say in a month. Do you have something to complement, Jean-Pierre, about the functionality of the website?
No, we have already the tool offline, and if you have any question or if you want to customize, we first build the tool with an Microsoft Excel spreadsheet. So if you have any data, we can work with the Microsoft Excel, or if no, we are gonna finalizing the tool via online, and we're gonna launch the tool in the link that Juliano provides in the message.
Okay, perfect. So when you plug data into the online tool, is that something that you'll then be able to download in like an Excel format to keep record of it? Or do you just have to enter it online each time?
The tool will provide a report, and the report is gonna be like a PDF. But it's gonna be very interactive. You will have different outputs. I would say the cost analysis, profitability analysis, sensitivity of break-even analysis, and other financial ratios. But the tool is gonna be very interactive. You will have a code, and with that code, you will don't have to enter your data again. You will just type the code, and then you will have the same report in the website. Yeah, we have it like that. We started as a Microsoft Excel because with that we build the formulas and the coding, and then we are translating that into like a better visual and also graphically better um, report via online.
Okay. Is that run like a Shiny application in R, or is it another
No,
language?
it's gonna be in the Excel. It's gonna be it's gonna be in not as an app, but in any Explorer, Google Chrome, Mozilla. You can open in any of those operators of internet.
Okay. I got you.
Yeah, we customize the calculator in Excel spreadsheets, dynamic spreadsheets. So whenever you input your data, the whole calculator, the spreadsheets will generate the reports, but you are not going to input the reports like in the Excel file. It's like a TurboTax style platform where you are going to input your data. So it's more user friendly than properly navigating on Excel file. Correct me if I'm wrong, okay, Jean-Pierre?
Yeah.
And you
Yep.
will be instructed on how to put your data. There will be some guidelines teaching you how to insert the data, and the Hort calculator will provide the report. So you will be able to request your cost analysis, the reports that I show here in this presentation, and also you could be also able to opt to understand what would be your cost and your analysis if you decide to use biological control. I think this is one big plus or one different perspective, which is strategically important for leaf green growers.
Yeah. And also, Joe, if you can let us your email, we can send you like a notification or message whenever the whole calculator is gonna be available via online. So you will play with the whole calculator whenever the whole calculator is gonna be launched.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, I just share my email, Joe. If you want to share your email with us or sending up some questions, this tool will be free for use. Okay, and this is another important thing to mention. And yeah, we are more than welcome to understand your situation. And also through this link that I show you in the chat, you have access to all the others videos and webinars guiding you on how to record keep your data and to insert into the calculator. So I would like to ask you to spread the word as well and let your farmers mate to know that, because we are really convinced that this tool can help you with record keeping and understand your financial ratios.
So the tool saves some data since we get a code, right? Are you guys able to use any of that data to get, I guess, insights across the state as to what people's inputs and sales costs are to build reports, like on a producer or statewide level by producer? Maybe not by specific producers, but just to get, kind of state averages.
We are not going to have this data, Joy. This is as far as I understood, Jean-Pierre is more in deep related to the developers, but it's not our intention, or we are not inserting any code or any strategy to collect this data for us. This is not our intention to report farmers' data to anyone, or this is something that we are not working with. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I was just curious since the data was there, it might make sense to look at it, but I know
Yeah.
the kind of privacy concerns.
No, we have compliances with our agencies, our support agencies. And I remember I co-lead this project with Dr. Ariana. I remember flagging that we are not going to collect data from farmers that use the hot calculator. We did actually collect data from farmers to build the calculator. So we like I said, we build this advisory board from 6 farmers that we've been collecting different techniques of productions and collecting these costs, understand how they produce, how they use high tuners to produce, and this is collected and this help us to build the calculator. But it's not our intention, or there are no way for us to collect this data from farmers to report to nowhere else.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Anything else? Well, thank you so much for participating. I wish you a great evening and see you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Have a good one.
Thank you, guys.